Welcome, my fiends, to the final episode of our Frightful Cryptmas series. Tonight, we bring together the threads of chilling Icelandic folklore, weaving a tale that combines monstrous ogresses, mischievous trolls, and a house-sized feline with a deadly appetite. Forget the jolly cheer of Santa Claus. This is Christmas in its darkest form. Prepare yourselves as we unravel the legends of Grýla, her brood of Yule Lads, and the terrifying Yule Cat. This is a story where naughtiness carries a dire cost, and even the Christmas season isn't safe from shadowy horrors. Gryla's story begins long before Christmas became synonymous with festive lights and cheerful carols. Her name first appeared in 13th century medieval texts like the Prose Edda, written by the Icelandic scholar Snorri Sturluson. Back then, Grýla wasn't tied to Christmas at all. She was a shadowy figure, perhaps even genderless, roaming Iceland's unforgiving landscapes, a symbol of winter's harsh, unyielding grip. In these early accounts, Gryla's name was used to describe a troll woman or even Arctic foxes, creatures cunning and untamed. Some scholars, like folklorist Terry Gunnell, suggest she might have been part of mumming traditions, where people would disguise themselves during the midwinter celebrations. Over time, Grýla evolved, becoming a monstrous ogress whose mere name sent shivers through Icelandic households. But it wasn't until the 17th century that Grýla became intertwined with Christmas. In poems like Grælukveði, I'm sorry if I butchered that, I probably did, she transformed into a sinister figure, stalking the snowy fields, collecting naughty children to satisfy her insatiable hunger. Yes, my friends, Grýla is no ordinary Christmas villain. She's an ogress with a penchant for human flesh. And her favorite dish? Misbehaving children. Picture this, a towering, hideous giantess trudging through the icy wastes of Iceland. Grýla is said to have 15 tails, sometimes 40, and a sack slung over her back, ready to snatch up children who've been less than angelic. Legends describe her wielding a knife, carving out the stomachs of her victims, and boiling them into a stew that sustains her through the long winter. Her role in Icelandic Christmas folklore mirrors the harsh realities of life in this remote and treacherous land. Winters were brutal, and survival required discipline and hard work from every family member. The legend of Grýla was more than just a cautionary tale. It was a way to instill obedience in children, and a bit of trauma. Stray too far into the snowy night, and Grýla might be waiting for you. The Yule Lads, or Jólasveinar, are a peculiar bunch. Each of these 13 troublemakers descends from the mountains one by one in the days leading up to Christmas. And while their antics have softened in modern times, their original roles were far from cheerful. Each lad had their own brand of mischief, bringing chaos to Icelandic homes. Let's meet the Yule Lads, shall we? Each troll arrives on a different night, and their antics range from mischievous to outright creepy. Sheepcote Claude. On December 12th, Sheepcote Claude arrives. His mission? To torment sheep. In Iceland's harsh winters, sheep were kept indoors, and their terrified bleating meant one thing. Sheepcote Claude was near. Luckily, his stiff legs made him slow, so his reign of terror didn't last long. Gully Gawk. On the 13th, Gully Gawk emerges from the shadows, hiding in gullies near farms. His prize? Fresh milk. He sneaks into cowsheds, stealing the lifeblood of Icelandic kitchens, milk for skyr and festive sauces. Stubby. December 14th brings Stubby, a diminutive troll with a taste for the crispy crust left on pans. But pans were precious in Iceland, often the most valuable possessions in a household, making Stubby's theft both a nuisance and a threat. Spoon licker. Spoon licker slithers into homes on the 15th. Thin and skeletal, he licks spoons clean in search of scraps. His gaunt appearance warns children to clean their utensils or risk an unsettling visit. Pot scraper. On December 16th, Pot Scraper makes his rounds. He scrapes pots clean of leftovers, a grim reminder to Icelandic families not to waste food during the lean winter months. Bowl licker. December 17th brings bowl licker, the stuff of nightmares. He hides under beds, waiting for children to leave their bowls unattended. The sight of his grotesque face as he licks the last crumbs is enough to keep anyone up at night. Door slammer. Door slammer storms into homes on the 18th, slamming doors all night long. His deafening antics disrupt sleep and add an eerie atmosphere to the long Icelandic nights. Skyer Gobbler. On December 19th, Skyer Gobbler comes for one thing, Skyer. This creamy delicacy is a beloved treat, but leave it unattended and it's as good as gone. Sausage Snatcher. Sausage Snatcher arrives on December 20th, hiding in rafters to snatch smoked sausages. His stealth and speed make him a master thief. Window Peeper. The 21st brings Window Peeper, perhaps the creepiest of all. He peers through windows, watching families in the dark. His presence serves as a grim reminder that Grýla's eyes are everywhere. Doorway Sniffer. On December 22nd, Doorway Sniffer arrives, using his enormous nose to sniff out lafabrauð, a delicate Icelandic Christmas bread. Meat Hook. Meat Hook descends on December 23rd, wielding a long hook to steal the centerpiece of Christmas feasts, meat. Candle Stealer. Finally, on Christmas Eve, Candle Stealer emerges. He steals candles, once vital sources of light in Iceland's 20-hour winter darkness. His antics left children trembling in fear of the dark. Today, the Yule Lads are Iceland's answer to Santa Claus. They've traded their monstrous looks for red suits and fluffy beards. Instead of stealing, they leave gifts and shoes for good children, or a potato for the naughty ones. But beneath their modern image lies a rich tapestry of folklore, warning children to behave and reminding us of Iceland's rugged past. But their mother Grýla remains the most terrifying of them all. Grýla, the Yule Lads, and their ominous Christmas traditions remain a testament to the unique and chilling side of Icelandic culture. Now, prepare yourself for the monstrous legend of Yule Kulturin, the Yule Cat, a house-sized feline with a hunger for human flesh and a penchant for devouring those who fail to meet its peculiar demands. But don't worry, if you've got a new sweater or some fresh socks, you might just escape its wrath. Our story begins in the dark, snow-covered countryside of Iceland, where winter's long nights are made even darker by tales of a shadowy beast. The Yule Cat, or Yule Kulturin, is no ordinary feline. Towering at 12 feet tall, with razor-sharp whiskers and glowing eyes, it prowls the icy wilderness during Christmas. Its mission? To punish laziness and feast on those who fail to receive new clothes for Christmas. Yes, you heard that right. New clothes. The Yule Cat's peculiar obsession stems from Iceland's age-old traditions. During the harsh winter months, farm workers were tasked with processing wool from the autumn harvest. Those who worked diligently were rewarded with new garments, but those who slacked off, they faced a grisly fate, becoming prey for the Yule Cat. This practical tale was a tool to boost productivity, a terrifying way to ensure everyone pulled their weight during the bleak Icelandic winters. But where did such a gruesome legend originate? The Yule Cat first appeared in 1862, recorded by folklorist John Arneson in his collection of Icelandic folklore. He described it as an evil beast that devoured those who lacked new clothes, or their Christmas feast in some versions. While the exact origins are murky, two main theories have been proposed. One suggests the phrase "to dress the cat," a figure of speech, inspired John to create the monstrous creature. Another links the Yule Cat to European folklore figures accompanying St. Nicholas, reflecting Iceland's blend of pagan and Christian traditions. By the mid-20th century, the Yule Cat was firmly linked to Grýla and her mischievous sons, the Yule Lads. These 13 pranksters are infamous for their thievery, vandalism, and downright bizarre antics. Anybody remember spoon licker, bowl licker, doorway sniffer, window peeper? The Yule Cat, however, is no mere sidekick. This colossal feline became Grýla's fearsome pet, often depicted stalking the countryside alongside her twisted brood. Some stories even claim that only the smallest Yule Lad, Stufr, or Stubby, the troll with a taste for the crispy crust left on pans, could tame the unruly beast, riding it across the wintry landscape. The Yule Cat's ties to paganism and witchcraft add another layer to its chilling legend. In pre-Christian Iceland, witches were believed to transform into black cats, prowling the night and lurking in shadows. This belief may have merged with the Celtic legend of the Catsith, a spectral feline set to trap human souls. Christianity, of course, didn't do cats any favors. By the Middle Ages, cats were synonymous with paganism and devilry, making them easy villains in folklore. Iceland's adoption of Christmas coincided with its pagan traditions, creating a melting pot of eerie myths. The Yule Cat, with its demonic qualities, fits seamlessly into this mix. Despite its macabre origins, the Yule Cat has softened over time. Today, it's more of a festive curiosity than a fearsome predator. In Iceland, you'll find statues and ornaments of a Disney-fied Yule Cat alongside Santa Claus. The story has also inspired poems and songs, most notably Jonas Úr Kutlum's 1932 poem Jólakultúrin. Its haunting verses warn of the cat's predatory nature while highlighting its peculiar weakness, new clothes. Björk even adopted the poem into a song in 1987, cementing the Yule Cat as a quirky yet creepy icon of Icelandic Christmas. But make no mistake, my friends, the story's underlying message endures. It's a cautionary tale about hard work and the consequences of idleness. So if you find yourself in Iceland during the holiday season, remember, a new pair of socks might just save your life. Grýla, the Yule Lads, and the Yule Cat are more than just folklore. They're a glimpse into Iceland's unique cultural history. In a land where winter's harshness shaped every aspect of life, these tales became survival tools, moral lessons, and a reflection of the community's resilience. So what do you think, dear listeners? Are these creatures mere relics of folklore, or do they still stalk the icy plains of Iceland, waiting for their next victim? One thing's for certain, this is a season where even the brightest lights cast dark shadows. Thank you for joining me on this chilling journey through Iceland's frightful holiday traditions. And remember, behave yourselves, or Grýla might just pay you a visit. And that's a wrap for our Frightful Cryptmas episodes. I wish you all a hauntingly happy and blessed new year, You'll hear from me soonish. Bye.